Hi, everyone, and happy Payday Your Way Friday. So, today I want to talk to you about something that I am very passionate about. It's something that I love to do, and that is blogging. So, if you have never given blogging a thought, then this is probably for you. And even if you have given blogging a thought, then this is also for you too. So, this is for anyone that is on either side. So, whatever you choose, of course. It's totally up to you. So what I am going to do is kind of tell you a little bit about it. So first off, why why blog? Why is blogging even a thing anymore? So honestly, yes. So a blog, you guys, is just really a website. And it's crazy because now if you go to like big companies' websites, you will see that now they even have a blog section because normally bloggers are kind of like just people, regular people, like myself, like you, regular people, and not really a big business. But bloggers are actually some of the best people to find content from online. Actually, that's where I found a lot of good content before I myself became a blogger. And even now, I go to certain blogs to find content that's, different than what I'm doing, which is like really cool. And even sometimes for the stuff that I am doing, it's good to find some extra motivation and also to make sure that I steer my readers, my followers in the right direction. So here's the thing. Should you create a blog or should you not? So, to kind of help you out with that, I would like to share, I guess, some pros and some cons. So, I'll start with the cons first. So, if you create a blog, the cons, and to me, they're not necessarily cons, but to you, they might be. First off, is that you will have to find website hosting, meaning you have to pay for someone to host your website. You would also have to pay for a website, but this can actually be super cheap, and in some cases, you can get this done for free. So if you go on blogger.com, you could actually blog for free without even having an actual domain name and an actual website, like literally free. And you can still monetize on that if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you should be able to monetize on that as well. Now, if you actually create your own, of course, that con is going to be to get the hosting and the domain name for your website. And honestly, you all, that really does not cost a lot. For example, a lot of website hosts, they have some great deals. A lot of them can cost under like $3 a month, which is nothing. And domain names can run you about $12.99. Just that simple, okay? But what I'll do is I'll make sure I put some links to the one I use and one of them that I'm thinking about using for a different website that's not necessarily a blog, but it's also a good blogging host. I'll link that below as well. All right. So something else that could be a con is that you will actually have to post on a consistent basis. So here's one thing that I would suggest. So posting is really not that hard. If this is something that if you're posting or if your blog is about something that you're passionate about, then posting is really going to be super easy. It will really be nothing that you're going to worry about, okay? So I wouldn't necessarily call that a con, but to you it might be. Another thing with blogging, like if you truly want to monetize and get yourself out there, you would normally have to use other forms or use forms of social media. Do you have to? No, but if you want to truly get your name out there, get your face out there, whatever, you want to dabble in social media. And no, you don't have to use all of them at one time. You can start off with one, start off with two, do them all. It's totally up to you. I know a lot of people who they do them all. I personally only focus on three different social media platforms. All right. So those are pretty much the cons that I can think of. Now, as far as the pros are concerned, so first off, when you have a blog, it's like having internet real estate. So I mean, why not? It's like you have real estate on the internet, so that's like pretty cool. And your content will forever be out there, and it will be forever out there for people to share. Another thing I like that was also part of the cons is the pros, that you can easily um, use social media to promote it. Okay, so that is a great plus to me. And then another good plus for having a blog is that you can actually monetize it. Now, some people have done this before and said they didn't make a lot of money. And then there are a lot of people I know who say, "Oh my gosh, this is what I do. Like, this is my job. I love it. I cannot see anything else being my primary source of income." And I'm with them on that. So, you can definitely monetize this. So that is definitely one of the biggest pros that is, and the reason why most people decide, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a blog. All right, so I want to say that those are pretty much the pros that I would go with. Now you have to decide how you want to weigh those. All right. Oh, and then another pro before I forget. So you can have what we call an opt-in page. Opt-in pages are for people to sign up for your newsletter, or if you have a freebie, like most bloggers have freebies. I personally have a freebie. So if you would, you can go to my website on my homepage, and there's a freebie for like a year-long goal journal. It's actually something I use. It works. Eventually, I might take it down and sell it on Amazon or something. So while it's free, go get it. It's on there. It's free, but I think I'm gonna add things to it and actually sell it. So the frame, but it's like 50 something pages. It's really good. I put my all into it for you all. So the opt-in page to get the emails is to also help you, like for example, reach out to people. If there's something you're selling and your followers want to buy, they can get that from you, and you will get a commission, which is a beautiful thing, right? Right. Okay, so here's the deal. Those are the pros, those are the cons. But then the next thing you have to figure out is if you really want to do this, you have to figure out what you're going to blog about, right? So that's normally the hardest thing to think about. So when I first got started, I okay, so before I got started with this one, I actually started another blog. We'll talk about that another time, another day. But when I first got started, it was okay. I figured out how to monetize it without any help for real. But I did have to do lots of research. And on top of that, I still had a regular 9 to 5. Um, and it's something I love to do. However, it doesn't pay me what I think I deserve, but because I love it, I stay. And also because I love it, I chose another way to earn income without having to depend on that job. So that job won't be my main source or my primary source of income. Okay? So here's the deal. Choose what you want your blog to be about. Now, how do you do that? So here's the deal. You would really have to figure out yourself. Like for some people, that is so hard to do. But once you realize what you truly like to do, your passions, your talents, your likes and dislikes, then you can kind of figure out what it is that you want to blog about. Simple, right? And then the next thing you want to do is figure out what you want to name your blog, your website, etc. So I personally branded myself, but I only did that because I was following a very prominent person. I was just searching, you guys, searching for a good way to earn money blogging, and it just came to me. It's almost like it fell in my lap. And it's one of the person who I learned it from. She is perfect. And by the way, she has this free webinar, you all. It's totally free, and she can help you get started with a blog in like 5 minutes. And I will put that link in the description below as well, okay? So figure out what it is that you want to blog about, and then figure out your name. So I branded myself thanks to the person that I follow. And I just use my name, and then I use the tagline, and my tagline is pretty much, it's so Dunny's Boyd, helping busy moms make money online like a pro. So the tagline is what's going to set you apart, okay? Because people may not know who you are, don't know what your name is. Lisa Lopez, I don't know. Like whatever your name is. Make sure you have a tagline if you choose your name. But I'm going to be honest, people like to deal with people more than anything. And like I said before, blogs are normally real people, and big companies have started having blogs to kind of, I guess, have a more personable touch for people, regular people like us, right? Okay, so have your blog, well, choose the name, and then get a good tagline. So even if the name is something like just people will definitely understand it, still have a good tagline, okay? Taglines mean a whole lot, and that can kind of help people remember you a little bit better, okay? Because you want to kind of pull out some strings in the brain, in the brains of your target audience, which brings me to my next point. So you want to make sure that you have a target audience. So a target audience is someone who, okay, so first off, you are doing this blog for yourself, but most importantly, you're doing this for your target audience. So who are you reaching out to? So let's say, for example, you wanted to start, I don't know, a dog grooming blog. I don't know. That's easy because you know who your target audience will be. Or let's say you wanted to create a blog to help with kids' nutrition or something because you have a child that's been dealing with allergies, food allergies or something, and they can't have certain foods, and you wanted to blog about that. So you would blog to people who have kids with allergies. That'll be your target audience. Super easy. But in some cases, it's a little bit harder to figure out who your target audience is. So for me, it was, at first it was a little difficult, but then it got easy once I figured out what I wanted to blog about. So figuring out my target audience was kind of like a ta-da moment because I personally, I am a busy mom. I'm not a single mom, but any mom is a busy mom, whether you're single or married. So I personally try to reach out or prefer to reach out to single moms or married moms, but moms of any kind. Now, other people can still learn from me. Like, that's totally fine. I'm not kicking anybody out or stopping anybody from watching or learning, but I am making sure that I reach my target audience, which are busy moms. Um, and because I'm a busy mom. So that right there was like super easy for me, the target audience. All right. So once you figure those things out, then you're almost on your way. But look, if you are truly interested in creating a blog or at least learning a little bit more, don't forget right below, I'm going to have that description to the webinar, link to the webinar that you can click if you are really interested in starting a blog or even if you just want to learn a little bit more information. And this is from the lady that taught me. I really believe in her stuff, so I will not try to recreate the wheel. You can look at hers. And then in my next video for next week, what I'm going to do is pretty much talk to you about how to pretty much create your blog. So next time we're going to create it, and then after that I will show you how to monetize, which is what everyone is so interested in doing, okay? Especially if you want this to be your job. It can be, but just make sure that you're true to yourself and you're always honest with your followers. Always give value. As long as you give value, value will come back. Okay, so in the meantime, if you have any questions, please drop them below in the comment section. I would love to answer them. I would answer each question, okay, or I respond to each comment as well. So in the meantime, I'm Denise Boyd. I hope you have a positive, peaceful, and productive day.